himself. Look, get off.
Hey, you're not going anywhere. Get him out. This my brother. Oh, look, please. Not too well.
I need a hand. It won't budge. I'll do you try the other side, bright boy.
Oh, is he still breathing?
Yeah. I think he's okay. Come on, Mike, lad. Hey, Dicko. What happened? Take it easy, mate. It was the race. Remember? Who won? Well, it wasn't you, was it?
Look, who cares who's won? At least he's alive. I'm going to get an ambulance.
No chance. You down 999 and we'll have Dibble sniffing round.
Look, I don't care about the police. I want to get him to the hospital. So I'm going to the phone, so get off.
No, Jackie, you can't. The police come with Dad will find out we took the car from his garage. You'll be all right, won't you, Mike, mate? What are we going to do about this wreck?
I could get used to all this, you know.
You'll never get to be the office plonky if you stick to that stuff.
No, I mean all this. The quick dart from work on a Friday, coming in with a big crowd from the office.
Oh, you have led a sheltered life, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Just enjoying myself.
Still more fun at work than at home, eh?
I wouldn't go that far.
Wouldn't you?
No, Terry and I have got a few things to sort out. We'll be okay.
Is Terry still desperate for another kid?
I want one too, you know, just not yet.
No, you've got a career to worry about and juice to drink.
True. Anyway, there's no chance of anything happening with Terry on permanent nights.
Still on sex strike, is he? Oh, what a mug.
Well, he's not. I mean, we've both got our reasons for it. I just don't think the timing's right, you know, with my job and everything.
So how long is it since you went near each other?
5 weeks today.
Happy anniversary. You must be getting desperate by now.
He's not the only one. I love him and I want him.
I know what you want.
He's a big part of it.
Well, if he's rationing it, get him jealous. He's not the only man in the world.
No, there's my son as well.
He might realise what he's missing.
Shouldn't think so.
What, with Barry Grant chomping at the bit? Get in there. Might book Terry's ideas up.
Barry's his best mate, Fran. I'm the last person he'd fancy.
Friend in need and all that?
He's no friend of mine. I hate the sight of him.
No one said anything about liking him. We're talking raunch here.
You are. I'm not.
All right. All right. If Barry Grant's not good enough for you, how about this new guy in the office? You know, Graham.
Pack it in, Fran. I'm not interested.
Oh, he seems very interested in you.
He's only been here for 5 minutes. Anyway, I've had enough of office lectures, you know, after that rob last week.
Oh, he's a cut above that wimp. Or at least he looks it from here. He is gorgeous.
There's more to life than grabbing the nearest fella, Fran.
I know. It's good, though, isn't it?
Didn't you hear me knocking?
No.
I played that record about 20 times.
So I like it. It's got good lyrics.
It's dead miserable. Have you been crying?
No, I've got hay fever.
Do you want me to get you some from the chemist before it shuts?
No, it doesn't matter.
You look awful.
Oh, thanks very much.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Your eyes are dead red in that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, who cares what I look like anyway?
Don't talk like that.
Oh, why not?
Because I care. It doesn't matter what's happened.
Who said anything's happened?
Okay. Sorry.
Kate. He hates me. I mean, I just don't understand. Everything was great, but now...
Oh, it'll be all right.
I went round to his, I tried. He just doesn't want to know me anymore.
I hate men.
Kate, I really loved him. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I cannot believe you forgot your keys.
Happens to the best of us.
How long have you been out there?
Oh, not too long. Had a word with Dee Dee Dixon.
Oh, did you now? Thought we weren't talking to the Dixons.
It's your feud, Max. Anyway, how did it go today?
Oh, no, tell me about your week first.
I'd much rather hear about your interview.
Now, look, you want me to unpack this lot for you?
Sorting out the laundry is about the last thing on my mind at the moment.
Well, there's no need to be melodramatic about it. I'm only trying to help.
Say so.
Is it for me? Oh, Margaret.
Max, for God's sake, how did it go?
What, the interview? Oh, fine. Very enlightened. Now, the company have got this forward-thinking policy on job interviews. They see the applicant at the forefront of their concerns. And once all the applications had finished and everybody had had their second interviews, they locked us up in a little room with a gallon of coffee and a ton of biscuits. Now, they don't believe in leaving people hanging on. They don't believe in standard letters. What they believe in is telling people...
Max, will you just tell me if you got the job or not?
Now, hang on. I'm getting to the good bit now. Now, if you're really unlucky, they bring you into the room and they tell you that you were their second choice. Even though there's people on the panel who think that you should...
Give me a straight answer.
The answer's no. I didn't get the job.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it. What else can I say? I didn't come up to scratch. I didn't fit the bill.
All that talk, I thought maybe you were winding me up.
Well, if I was in the mood for a wind-up, I'd have worn a red nose.
What are we going to do?
Well, I'm going to have a bath.
We've got to talk.
Can't it wait? I want to wash the day out first.
Max!
So are you going to be able to make it or what?
Well, I don't know if Terry will fancy it.
Oh, come on. A good party's just what you two need.
We'll see.
Look, it's not for a month, so if you're still being a pain by then, come on your own.
I said we'll see.
You have got no excuse. I've given you a month's notice. Everyone at work comes to these summer ball efforts. If you're not there, you'll get the sack. Hello?
Hi, girls. Any chance of putting up a stool?
Well, the entrance fee to this club is 1 gin and tonic and 1 orange juice. There's still 5 minutes of happy hour left.
Coming right up. I am the new guy, I suppose.
Is this a setup?
Who do you think I am? Cilla Black?
I've got to go soon, you know, Fran.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, it was a bit off. You always feel obliged to stay, especially when someone's bought you a drink. You've got to buy them one back then.
Please yourself.
Fran.
Come on, the police will be here soon.
Jackie, I'm trying, aren't I? Look at it in bug.
We should go to the hospital.
Oddy, that's too many questions. There's the police caution of everything, isn't there?
Oh, I just got that ambulance before.
No, Jack. Sin it's right for once. If we got an ambulance, the busies would have been swarming all over us.
Well, lucky they don't care about the caution. All I'm worried about is him getting seen to by a doctor.
You're all right. I've got you in enough trouble as it is. What's the story, then? You know the story. We burned the car. As far as Keith's dad and the plot are concerned, it's been robbed and torched. That way nobody gets hurt.
Oh, why, yeah, you were looking to a mirror.
Right then. Just make sure your bottle doesn't go. I don't want the busies after me.
Sounds like your bottle's going already.
And don't forget, Dicko, you lost the bet. You owe me 100 nicker.
You're joking, aren't you?
We had a bet. He crashed, that makes me the winner.
Look, I've got a headache. Give us a break, eh?
Just get the money. You'll have more than a headache.
So do I.
What'd you get us into all this for, then? Forget it. Let's just get out of here before something else happens.
It'll be all right, you know, Jack. It was our only option, really. Dad's had cars nicked from the garage before. He's used to it.
What are you going to tell him when we get home?
I don't know. There's something on the way back.
Oh, you're not driving, are you?
Unless you want to give me a take on your bike, yeah. Are you sure, mate? Yeah. Get that spare on and I'll run you home, mate. Nice one.
Look away, Michael. You were unconscious 10 minutes ago.
Well, I can't leave it here, can I? I mean, they'll find this along with the burnt one and they'll trace it back to me, then we've had it.
You pulled all the seats off you.
Sorry, Jack. I've got no choice. Come on, get in, eh? I'll come up with an excuse on the way back.
Only an interview.
So you're not that bothered?
What are you trying to do? Catch me out? Yes, I'm bothered. No, I don't like the rejection. I hate being out of work, but I'll get fixed up.
When?
Soon.
When's that?
Something will come up.
So, you're not that bothered?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You could have fooled me.
Something will come up.
Something already has, Max.
What? A job?
A job. My job. I've got a week to make my mind up. They're making the London Post permanent, and I'm on a shortlist of 1 for it. It's the best offer I've ever had. And I've got to go in there on Friday and tell them yes or no.
You carry on living like this.
Typical. You expect me to commute forever? It'll mean moving south.
But you can't.
I can't? While you've been breezing your way through the odd interview, I've been sick with worry over whether to take this job. God, if it was you being asked to go to London, I'd be expected to jump, wouldn't I?
But I'm bound to get work soon.
With your approach. I mean, you've spent more time battling with Ron Dixon than you have looking for work.
You can't just up and leave. This is our home. What about Matthew and Emily? I mean, they're my kids. I see so little of them as it is.
Do you think I don't know that? Do you think I haven't thought this through?
Well, then say no.
Do you think I want to? I have to have a reason, an excuse to stay. You should have given me a reason. Otherwise, we're just staying because you're the man, and you say so.
That's not true.
It's truer than you know. I was praying for you to get that job.
You can't say that.
Can't I? Why not? If you got that job, I'd have had a reason. I'd have had an excuse for staying. Could have justified it to myself with a clear conscience. But it's not the case, is it? I'm the only breadwinner. You stand a damn sight better chance of getting work down there than you do up here. My career would be moving up instead of sideways again. Maybe, just for once, we'd be able to afford some of the things you're always going on about. Like a decent school for your kids.
Don't bring the children into this.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. But if I say no to this job the way things are, then I'm a fool.
No. No, you're not.
I'd be betraying everything I've always claimed to be, just to keep you happy.
To keep us happy. And Thomas as well.
Don't you understand? I'd hold it against you forever. I'd hate you for it. We haven't got one single worthwhile reason for staying.
Well, couldn't you put them off for a couple of weeks?
Even if I could, I wouldn't want to. I don't want to spend the rest of my life putting things off.
But I will get work, and then we won't have to go.
You're not a miracle worker. A job's not going to just jump through that letterbox.
But I can try again.
So what's going to be different about this week from the last God knows how long that means you'll get a job?
Well, I'll change my attitude.
Too late, Max.
No. No, it's not. No, look. What about us? What about our home? What about Thomas? I mean, I love you.
What use is that to anyone?
All right, well, I'm sorry I haven't got work. Maybe I haven't been trying hard enough, but I'll make a conscious decision. I've got a week. Next week's the week.
Decisions. That's what this is all about, Max. You've left me to make decisions about our future on my own. You've been spineless the past few weeks. Just left me out on a limb. Well, I've made a decision, Max. Next Friday, I'm telling them the answer's yes. And I'm going. With or without you. Right. I better get going.
Oh, hang on, I'll come with you.
No, you're okay. Anyway, it's your round. You still owe Graham a drink. See you both tomorrow.
So, here we are then. What forensic case?
A head case.
It's nice to find myself working with such a good crowd.
Yeah, they're not bad.
It's a vast improvement on the last place I was at. That was a real rent-a-corpse job.
I've worked in a few places like that.
Yeah, but you were never one of the corpses.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you certainly helped to brighten things up around the office.
I'm sorry, Graham, but I'm going to have to watch the time.
I'm sorry, have I said something wrong?
I know you're trying to be polite and everything, but...
But it sounded like a corny bit of patter. Sorry. I didn't mean to come across as the office lech.
It's okay, we've already got one of them.
Oh, yeah? Rob.
Got it in one.
I thought as much. You know, he spent my first day taking me through his league table of prospective conquests.
Sounds like him.
Well, relax. If it's one thing in this world I'm not, it's an office lech. Okay.
I mean, how can you just stop loving someone like that?
I don't know.
I mean, it was like he just woke up one morning and that was it.
Well, at least you found out now about him.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
You could have ended up married, like my mum and dad.
What?
My mum and dad, they do nothing but argue. About you and Tim, Jeff and school or football, about everything.
Still?
Yeah, still. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah, but they're out together now, aren't they?
At the shops. Probably come back arguing about what sauce they've bought.
I didn't realise it was that bad.
You haven't been here much, have you?
Suppose not.
And that's part of why I'm glad you're back. As well as 'cause I miss you. Well, now you're here, we can try and get them back together properly.
Case, look at the mess I've made in my own life. How can I help them?
It'll be all right now we're back together again. We've just got to make sure we don't give them anything to argue about.
It's not as simple as that.
But it will help. Will you try? For me?
All right. Just for you.
Right, that's the lot. You happy now?
There you go. It took you half an hour. Now, don't you feel better?
Totally rejuvenated.
It's better than me moaning about falling over cardboard boxes all weekend.
If you say so, dearest. If you say so.
Ron,
What now?
you know the phone rang before? Well, it was Maria.
It's all right, Dee. You don't have to tell me who's been ringing you, you know.
Well, I want to tell you.
Tell me what?
About the phone call.
What phone call?
Maria phoned.
Who?
Oh, Ron, don't be
Oh,
funny.
you mean the one from work who's got the fancy man? Her husband seems like a nice fella, but I don't like her.
They're our best mates you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I'd keep out of it if I were you, Dee. Just keep me nose clean.
Ron, I just think...
Dee, I'm not asking you, love. Tell me. Right, at last.
Where have you been in that car? You know what you've been told. It's in no fit state to drive.
Thought it'd be okay. Okay? You've got no license, have you, Michael? That's not taxed and insured. What do you mean, okay?
And what's happened to your face?
No. Let's have a look. How did you get that?
I was in a fight, but it wasn't my fault.
Mike, what are you doing fighting? You've had a police caution. You can't afford to get into any more trouble.
It wasn't his fault.
No, it never is.
Well, go on then, what happened?
I caught some lad trying to break into my car, so I legged him and he grabbed a bit of wood and I had to go like...
For Christ's sake, Michael, when are you going to learn to stay out of trouble, son?
I thought I was doing the right thing.
And what happens when the police arrived? I mean, they're not going to stop and ask who started it, are they?
I didn't think of that.
No, you never do you?
And what about you?
Oh, well, I was on my bike. I met old Michael and he offered me a lift home. We went to shops first. He put my bike in the back of the car. That's probably what them scallies were after.
You put the bike in the car. But why didn't you just stick a notice on it saying, please rob me? Hey, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just a bit sore. Can we go in now?
Yeah, go on. The both of you.
I just wish I could get my hands on whoever did that to him.
It certainly wasn't car thieves.
What do you mean? Don't you believe him?
I tell our Jackie's lying a mile off.
I don't believe this. What do we do now, then?
I think we can do. Just help one of them give something away.
Sorry, Sue, you must be bored rigid by now with my life history.
No, not at all. I will have to go soon.
Not often that I get the chance to inflict my life story on somebody.
No, I'm really interested. Tell me more about your wife.
Ex-wife. Not much more to tell, really. Two bright, professional, career-minded people headed in completely opposite directions. We didn't stand a chance.
It's a shame.
We can't all be happily married. Otherwise, what would they publish statistics about in Cosmopolitan? Still, you're happy, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, your good marriage cancels out the one that I messed up.
Oh, well, I'm sure you didn't mess it up.
Well, somebody did. From undying love to unyielding misery in 4 years flat.
Well, people make mistakes. Sometimes it doesn't work out first time around.
Or second. Or third.
How many wives have you had?
I don't mean wives. I mean, since Alice, my love life, well, hardly bears much scrutiny.
What, a successful, good-looking lawyer like you? I'd have thought they'd be queuing up.
Oh, yes, they queue up to tell me what they think's wrong with me, to wave goodbye, that sort of thing.
Well, maybe you're choosing the wrong type.
No, I'm beginning to get the hint. It's me, not them.
Don't talk like that.
No. Anyway, that's all history. The last fiasco was about 12 months ago. These days, I live the life of a priest. That's why all this office banter doesn't mean anything.
Well, I think you talk a lot of sense.
It's nice to know somebody does.
All the time. I'm sorry, Graham, but I will really have to go.
Okay. But first, a toast.
Oh, well, as long as it's quick, though.
A toast against office lectures and corny chatterflies.
Cheers.
And being friends. Being able to go for a drink together without all that complicated rubbish getting in the way.
To friendship.
Bye.
Couples decide whether they're meant for each other by trying out another mate in Change of Heart, next on Living.
Jeffrey, that's great. Hmm? No. Oh, yeah, of course, I know I can do it myself, but it's always good to get a second opinion, isn't it? Yes, right. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. Right, action stations.
Who was that?
Jeffrey Fletcher. Getting him over to value the house.
So the move to London's definitely on then?
Far from it.
But I thought you said...
Yeah, that's right. Getting him over to value the house, that's what I said.
But we're not moving.
Not if I can help it. See, that's what Jeffrey thinks he's going to do, but when I get him here, I'm going to persuade him to give me a job. Then Patricia can say no to her job, and then we won't have to go anywhere.
So, has anyone interested been in to see you?
No, just the usual.
No tall, dark, handsome lawyer types?
No, nobody like that.
Not even the odd one called Graham?
No.
What? Not even after your wild night out with him last Friday?
Stayed for about half an hour after you'd gone.
Yeah, but as half hours go.
I had a drink and a chat. End of story.
And he hasn't been in here to see you since?
Well, why should he?
Why do you think, you daft mare? He's probably just plucking up the courage.
What are you on about?
I bet you a fiver he asks you out by the end of the week.
I'm a wife and a mother. I'm not betting you anything.
And I bet you a tenner you say yeah.
You need treatment.
Right, Jimmy?
All right, Mick. Josie in?
No, just me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you know what I mean. What time's she back?
Oh, tea time, I think. Why?
Oh, nothing. I'll try again later.
Was there a message for her?
Just tell her I called.
Well, is it important?
Well, to some people, yeah. No, you're okay. It's her I need to see, really.
Look, you can tell me, you know, I am her husband. We don't keep secrets from each other.
Secrets? Don't know what you're on about, mate. This is business.
Business? What sort of business?
Well, how many businesses is she running?
Just the one. Didn't know you had anything to do with it, though.
Never said I had.
So, what exactly are you doing here, then?
Oh, no, that's between me and Josie, innit?
I didn't realise there was anything between you and Josie.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Am I?
Yeah. So if you just tell her that I called round to discuss our business, I'd appreciate it, OK?
Yeah, hang on a minute, you. I think you better tell me about this business.
Oh, we've got a little deal going, that's all.
What little deal?
For the market stall, an arrangement.
Is that right? Well, I've just cancelled it.
Right, listen, I'll talk to your bird about it, OK? Not you.
What, about knock-off gear?
No, not knock-off gear. Quality merchandise, this.
Is that your flog out of some minty old doll?
Who's rattled your cage today? Just tell your missus, OK?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell her, all right. And I'll tell her that you won't be coming back. Because nobody fences bent gear on my doorstep.
Oh, don't they? So what? You've never bought anything dodgy in your life, then, have you? What is it? The Archangel Mick?
On your bike.
Look, a deal's a deal. Josie knows that, even if you don't.
I've told you.
Hey, I've got a living to make, do you know that? Do you see this? 750 quid fine, that is. I got stung in court for that this morning. I thought you, of all people, would understand that.
Listen here, you. I don't give a monkey's what you got done for. I was in court for belting a robber like you, not for being one. So you just go and make your sad little living somewhere else, right?
Well, if you could possibly tell me what it is I'm doing here.
You are here so that I can persuade you that you need me. I need a job.
Well, why all the cloak and dagger treatment, all this valuation spiel?
Ah, that was just a cunning plan to get you here. But as you are here, this is me informing you that I want to work for your family business.
Well, that's good to know. But what's to say we need anybody?
It's my job to prove that you do.
Oh, come on, Max. You know the score. There's no money in the estate agent game at the moment. The pressure's on.
I know.
We're having to cook up half-baked low-interest schemes just to hook the first-timers, and we've got new legislation coming out of our ears.
I know.
You can't even be economical with the truth anymore.
So you're being squeezed out?
Got it in one. So expansion. Taking on new staff, it's not a realistic proposition.
But you're talking about a slump in the domestic market, which means you have to branch out into other areas, such as industrial sites, which means you need people with expertise in that field, which means you need me.
Now, go on, then. Convince me.
Come on, Mike, I'm bursting here. Michael, you're going to be all day?
All right.
Mike? Michael! Answer me! Michael! 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 What's up, son? What's happened? $750 notes. It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
No harsher than usual. I don't know why I bothered putting that flaming stone lying back. You try to do something right for once, and what happens? You get kicked in the teeth. My own daughter said it. I'm no good to anyone. What's the point in trying to be straight anyway? Who's bothered about me? I might as well just look after number one.
Oh, don't be like that. Things will get better.
Oh, will they? When? 12th and ever?
Well, you've still got your mates.
Oh, yeah, me mates. Like Josie Johnson. I've just been round to her place. Yeah, a fella called me all the robbers going.
Well, you're there, aren't you?
Oh, don't you start. He got a grip of me and all. He was well out of order.
Why, what happened?
I've got this arrangement with Josie, haven't I, eh? Stuff for the market stall. Only here, fella, he goes and tells me to do a running jump.
Is that all right, Mick?
Oh, is he? And what's all right about him, eh? I'm skint. I've just been done for all sorts, and what does your all right Mick go and do, eh? Kick me when I'm down? What is it with me, anyway? What's so bad about being Jimmy Corkle? Oh, I'm sick to death of my life.
Oh, that's all right. Cool down. Hang on, mate. Me takings them on me dinner.
Well, lends it then.
What?
The money, lends it.
Oh, but it's mine, it's me takings.
Oh, so you're not going to help me either, then?
Oh, look, I'd like to help you, mate, but the
Yeah,
thing...
yeah, but you can't. You're no better than your mate Mick, do you know that? So I'm on my own then, am I? Got to sort it myself, eh?
Oh, Jimmy, where are you going?
Going out.
Look, Mick's a big lad, you know.
Don't mention his name to me.
Jimmy!
What?
Where are you going?
I've got a fine to pay, haven't I? God knows how, but I've got to find some way of paying it.
Have you seen that? 10 years ago. And now it's just a sociologist's paradise.
Well, we're here, not there.
Yeah. We still get a visit from the odd looter now and again, though, don't we?
Hey?
Jimmy Corkle was round earlier with his swag bag. Said something about an arrangement you've got.
Yeah?
After all the grief I've had, Josie, I thought I told you not to have anything else to do with him.
You did, and I don't.
If that no mark shows his face round here again, I'm telling you,
Josie.
Josie.
Sling his hook!
What?
I've no intention of getting any more stuff off Jimmy Corkhill. We're strictly legit from now on. Wholesalers only. Can we do this thing properly or not at all?
You serious?
Yeah. After your court case, all the debts I've run up, I think we've had enough. I don't want to spend the future with the coppers looking over my shoulder. I know I've had stuff off him before. I'm finished with it. As far as I'm concerned, Jimmy Corkhill can go and whistle.
You're serious. Proud of you.
Deadly serious. And I've got big plans.
All right, what like?
You can go and sit back there and wait for Marcia to bring you lolly eyes and cool down.
Jackie, your brother's lying on the couch in there, sick, fainting, passing blood. You don't get that in a fight.
I know you don't.
So what really happened, Jackie?
We're going to find out eventually, so you might as well tell us now.
Please, just ask Michael. He'll tell you what happened.
Jackie, your brother's sick. We must know why. You're not doing him any favours, you know, by keeping quiet.
No.
Jackie, I understand your loyalty, but there is no point to it when it's going to cause more trouble. Right, go in there and get him now.
No point to loyalty, eh? Not when it's going to cause more trouble. Except when you're lying for Maria in a fancy piece of course.
Oh, can we just do one thing at a time, please, Ron?
Right, come on, son, get your coat on.
What?
Come on, we're going to the hospital.
I'm all right.
Look, you need to see a doctor. We need to know what's up with you.
What's going on, Mum?
Look, if you're on something, you need treatment. I'm not going to stand by while a son of mine throws his life away.
Oh, Dad, I'm not on anything.
Not on anything? You've just collapsed, haven't you? You've been passing blood. You might need a stomach pump or anything.
Let's leave that for the doctors to decide, Ron.
Well, all right. Let's get going. Come on.
Dad, watch me ribs, eh?
Oh, why can't either of you just own up and tell the truth for once?
Mum, I'm not on drugs. I was in a car crash.
What? In that thing out there?
No, I borrowed a car from Keith's dad's garage. It was for a race.
A race?
Yeah, I had a bet, me against some lad.
And what about Keith's dad's car?
Well, it was wrecked, so we set fire to it, so he'll just think it was nicked.
Oh, Michael, fancy pulling a stunt like this after all that's happened?
Oh, Mum, I'm really sorry, look.
Yeah, tell you what, we're going to have a long think about what to do for the best for you, sunshine. I don't want to take out the busies or Keith's dad or what?
Look, it was an accident. Don't go to the police.
Do you think they're going to see it like that?
I don't suppose so.
Anyway, that's for me and your mother to decide. Right now, I want to get you down to the hospital. Come on. Steady.
And it's going to be the best party ever, isn't it, babe?
5 years old. You're nearly a pensioner.
I'd really love a big do in a marquee or something. With Paul Daniels entertaining the kids.
Or Bruce Forsyth.
Yeah, we could play footy with his wig.
We don't need a marquee then.
It's a good job, we can't afford one.
We'll have to make do with a two-man tent, then, eh?
Hiya. I knocked, but I heard your voices, so I saw the catalogue ballet before.
You're quick off the mark.
Is it you?
Yes, all yours.
Excellent. Anyway, I can't stop long.
Can't wait to check it out, eh?
No.
I'll walk up the path with you.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah, see you, Max.
Are you coming for a post-grind drink?
No, sorry, I've got to get off.
Graham might be in the pub.
I'm not interested.
So why did you stay for a drink with him the other night, then?
Because you stranded me. And because he's nice and he's not just after one thing. It was good to sit there and have a normal conversation with a fella for a change.
Just good friends, eh?
Oh, is that really beyond the realms of your imagination?
Yeah.
I am allowed to have male friends as well, you know. It's not against the law.
Well, if you end up in the divorce court, at least you'll have a decent lawyer.
Francis, I had one drink with a colleague. Yes, I like him. He's sort of shy and quite witty when you get talking to him. But that's it.
Oh, witty yet shy.
He's harmless.
I've never met a harmless man yet.
I give up. I've got a job that I'm enjoying. I've got a child that I love. I've got a husband I'm doing my best to love. The last thing I want or need is a pointless, messy fling. My future's with Terry. He's the only man I'm interested in. Now, if you want to get you close into Graham, feel free. He's all yours. I'll stick with what I've got. Thanks very much.
I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
£1.12 a week for 112 weeks.
Great. How's it going then?
Fine.
Going out with anyone?
No, why?
Oh, nothing. Just said I saw you walking across the place with some fellas the other day.
Oh, dark hair, nice looking.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Derek, Dee Dee's brother.
He looks nice.
He's a priest.
I'm sorry.
Why? He's only my mate.
I wish I was Sam and knew a few priests.
Why? What's up?
It's just, you know this Tim fella's finished with her?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, he really did the dirty on her. She's heartbroken. She won't stop crying. I think she's blaming herself for everything.
Oh, is she all right?
I don't know. What do you think I should do?
I can't say. She'll just need time to get him out of her system.
She'll be out with fellas her own age. She's really upset because she's given up all her mates for him. She's got no one to knock around with anymore.
I'll tell you what. Me and Sammy haven't been out for ages. I'll give her a knock when I get the chance and see if she wants to come out one night next week.
Oh, would you? That'd be great.
Yeah, it's no problem. Anyway, I'm gonna go and try out my new tape on this thing. See ya.
Ta.
Look, Max, I'm going to have to make tracks.
So, what do you think?
I can't say. You've done a cracking sales job on yourself, but I can't create a position just by clicking my fingers. Even if I could, I don't know whether I'd want to be your boss. You're my mate. What if there was a cock-up of some description and I had to be seen coming down hard on you?
Well, that's all right. I mean, I can take it. From one table man to another.
Yeah, I wonder when you bring up our round table membership.
Look,
I'll see what I can do, all right?
oh, come on. That's just a standard brush-off, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's the truth from a good friend.
Understand this. I'm not talking about a job here. This is my life.
Max?
No, listen, Jeffrey, please. Patricia has to decide on Friday whether to take this job in London. Unless I can produce the goods up here. Now, everything's going to change. I'm not just talking about my career. This is my marriage, my home, my children.
This isn't fair, Max.
Life isn't fair, Jeffrey. I'm just asking you to pull every string that's going. I'm bringing in all my favours for the next 10 years. I'm just asking you, please. I don't care how you do it. But please, give me a job.
Look, to be honest, Max, I don't know if there's a job to give. I'll talk to people. I'll see what the score is. I'll give you a buzz, all right?
How are you feeling?
Okay. Just a bit groggy, like. What'd they say?
They're keeping you in, you got a bit of kidney damage, a slow bleed or something.
Slow bleed? In my kidneys? What does that mean?
Just means you need a bit of rest, that's all. So they're keeping you in for a few days.
Well, what about Keith's dad and the busies and that?
Yeah, it's a good job you have got a slow bleed and all. Otherwise I'd ride you right down to that cop shop.
So you didn't say anything?
I told them you stood on your brother's skateboard on the landing and fell down the stairs.
I wondered why that doctor was going on about skaties.
Hey, you've got nothing to laugh at, sunshine. As far as I'm concerned, next time you're on your own. God, Michael, don't you understand what this is doing to me and your mother? Don't you? I mean, don't you care? So you know that we love you like nothing on earth, but right to the moment, it's just one thing after the other. And it all started when that other palaver when you were 15. God, Michael, when are you going to give us a break? When? You've got a brain up there. When are you going to start using it?
Dad, I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's not good being sorry if you finish up in Grizzly, is it? What is the trouble, Mike? Do you know? Because I don't. Is it the company you're keeping or what? Who was this lad you were racing against? Nobody. Now, how did I know you were going to say that? It's just like that nobody got the drugs off for Christmas, I suppose. What's so flaming funny now?
Dad, it doesn't matter.
No, go on.
It's all the same, lad. The lad I was in the race with, it's that pusher.
You mean to tell me that all that trouble at Christmas, all that drink spiking and whatever, that lad's still around?
Dad, I was just trying to get him back.
Well, that is it. I'm telling you, I've had enough. If you want to knock it down with smackheads, Michael, then you pack your bags and you go and live in a squat. Now, you've had your 9 lives, and I'm telling you now, whether you're my son or not, you step 1 inch out of line again, and you and me are finished. Do you hear me, Michael? We're finished.
The Ghetto Blaster's brilliant.
Like the radio cassette I got you.
It broke.
Good. Yeah, I mean, as long as it was worth the money.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As long as you can afford the money, you don't want to run up debts, do you?
No, I've worked out the payments. Should be okay. As long as I don't get the sack or anything.
Would you like some of my cheese sandwich?
No, it's okay. How did the interview go?
Oh, I don't know. Jeffrey will do his best, but Patricia decides on Friday. That gives him 2 days.
What'll happen then?
Jeffrey doesn't come out with the goods. If the sale sign goes up, Thomas packs his little case and we both head for Euston.
Maybe it won't be as bad as you think down there, you know.
At the price of houses. be able to afford down there. House the size of a two-car garage. I mean, Patricia will be earning more, that's for sure, and I'll get a job eventually, but what sort of life will it be?
What's meant to be dead lively, innit? I've always fancied living down there.
Oh, city centre's fine. It's fantastic. When you come home on the tube from work, it's too late to go back out again. Everything's half over. You end up staying in some faceless borough that's got as much to do with the great metropolis as Macclesfield.
Well, it sounds dead good from what I've heard.
It wears you down. It's too big. I mean, my life's in the north. You know, when I was a student, I did a placement for a firm in Clapham. I used to travel down on a Sunday night, the Moonlight Express, they called it. And even then, even though it was only for a few weeks, I used to get this sinking feeling as the train left the station. I used to get drunk to forget where I was going. The place spells misery, and I don't want to live there. If I don't get this job, I haven't got a choice, have I?
Well, if it's any consolation, I don't mind moving down there if we have to.
Thanks. That's another thing, though, isn't it? Cost of living. Smaller house. The debts we run up from just moving. I don't know that we'll be able to afford you anymore.
Couples decide whether they're meant for each other by trying out another mate in Change of Heart, next on Living.
Hello, Jeffrey? Susanna. What?
How come it's taking you so long to visit me, mate?
After all that trouble, I thought I'd be better off keeping my head down for a bit.
So's anything happened?
Yeah, the busies came round. My bottle didn't half go.
Everything's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, thank God. He just treated it like an ordinary car theft. Took a statement off my dad and told him it was a burnt-out job.
And nobody asked you anything?
No, they didn't know we took the car, did they? And I hid in my room anyway.
And your dad's not suspicious?
No. I think we've got away with it.
Well, except my dad knows.
You what?
Well, I had to tell him, didn't I? After I collapsed and that. I mean, he thought I was smoking crack or something.
Oh, hey, he'll tell me out, fella.
No, he won't. I mean, he'll be too worried about him going to the busies. And I've got that caution and that hanging over me, haven't I?
I hope you're right.
Yes, so do I.
No news is good news.
Yeah, but he should have rung by now, shouldn't he? I mean, he knows Patricia's got her interview this afternoon, 4:30.
Why don't you ring him?
I have done. 12 times. Permanently engaged. Come on, Jeffrey, do me a favour, ring.
You never know, Patricia might not take the job.
Bloody ring!
Barry. All right, mates.
All right, Jim.
Hey, listen, you don't know what time our Rod and Tracy are going to get back from Basingstoke, do you?
Yeah, well, I was on the phone to my ma last night. He said something about Sunday or something.
So, oh, God, no, that's too late.
Too late for what?
Ah, nothing. I just wanted to ask a favour about Rod, you know.
Yeah, you haven't seen Ron Dicko, have you?
No, haven't we?
I've got a favour I might be able to do for him, you know.
Hey, listen, if you're handing out favours, mate.
Hey, no, I'm not. It's just something to do with the shops, Jim.
Oh, right. Still got an interest in them, then?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
So how's it going, all right?
Well, if you call owning the old row of shops, all right, yeah.
You own them?
That's what I said.
Hey, well, listen, if you're into speculating, I mean, I've got a few deals on the go myself, you know. All I need's a little bit of financial backing and that. How are you fixed?
Don't think so, Jim.
Oh, yeah, come on. Entrepreneur to entrepreneur, eh?
I think you're a bit out of my league, aren't you, Jimmy?
Didn't think I'd see you till tonight.
No, won't be able to make it later. I'll be out in the Mulby. You won't be in now. I bought you some chicken drumsticks.
Nah, I'm not hungry, Dad.
You're happy with hospital food?
Yeah, I'm sound.
Okay, I'll put them over here then. You never know. You might suddenly get hungry when I've gone.
Yeah, I'll eat them later.
Do you want the paper? He looks in a bad way, doesn't he?
That's why he's in the hospital, Dad.
So, now you've had a few days in bed to yourself. Have you thought about what I said?
About what?
God, do I have any chance of getting through that thick skull to that pea of a brain?
I don't know. You've got a captive audience.
I told you, didn't I? No more cheek. Do you know what? I was that far away from taking you down to police and letting you get on with it.
I know, and I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, but you know why I didn't? Because I don't want to see you mess your life up, that's why.
I know.
But that's just it, Michael. You don't know. You just don't seem to know how lucky you have been. I mean, with this and the drugs and that other mess you got yourself into.
Dad, why do you have to keep on going on about that other mess? That palaver, the other thing? Why don't you just say it, eh? I was a joyrider. I used to rob cars for a laugh.
I suppose that's something to be proud of, is it?
No, but I was only 15. I mean, you just won't let me forget it, will you?
And judging by this car race, you don't want to forget it, do you?
Dad, I was the only person who could have got hurt in that race. Nobody else.
Oh, and I'm supposed to be grateful for that, am I? That man lad's got a death wish. Oh, it's okay now. You've gone from taking the chance of killing any poor mum to concentrating on killing yourself. That's terrific. Is that your idea of growing up?
This has got nothing to do with what I did when I was a kid.
No. Try telling that to Keith's dad.
Look, he's sorted. He gets boxed off with the insurance.
Yes, Michael. But he doesn't know it was you and his son who took the car now, does he?
No.
No. Mike, you've got to learn before you get wrapped round the lamppost or something, son. I mean, you were dead lucky you never got hurt when you were 15. Robbing cars, joyriding, racing, whatever we want to call it, it's got to stop. Christ, Mike, I want weddings and grandchildren. I don't want to be putting flowers on some grave for the rest of me, naturally. A dead son's no good to me. Look, I'll have to be going. You can keep the paper, okay? See ya.
Geoffrey Fletcher, please. Hello? Still at lunch? Yes, it's Farnham. Yeah, look, as soon as possible, please. Yeah. Thanks. Well, I think I better start learning my rhyming slang.
Max!
Hello? Well, they told me you were at lunch. Are you discussing me? Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Jeffrey. Bye.
Well,
I've done it. He's given me a job. Sorry.
it's okay.
Patricia, I've got to tell her that she's got to say no to that job.
Ring her.
Well, I can't. I mean, she could be anywhere in London.
Would you know where she's having the interview?
Well, yeah, I've got the address.
Well, you'll have to go down.
Well, I can't. It's too late.
Not by plane, it's not.
Now, if I get a flight at 3, I might just be able to make it.
Hello, can I have the number for Liverpool Airport,
Right,
please?
you book the flight and I'll get... Right. Here goes nothing.
Need a lift, Sue?
No, it's okay. I'm waiting for Fran.
I'll wait with you. I can take you both home.
Well, are you sure?
Of course, I can go your way. Get in.
I better sit in the back. I'll let Fran sit in the front.
It's not like Fran, this. She's usually first one out the office, especially on Fridays.
No problem. It's not even 5:30 yet.
You really didn't have to give us a lift, you know.
What are friends for?
Thanks, that's very good of you.
You're very welcome. As long as Fran gets here soon.
Terry, my fella, usually does that.
What?
Well, holds a conversation in his rearview mirror. He's used to making small talk with his customers, you see.
He's a cab driver, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Look, I don't want you feeling like you're in a taxi. Well, sit up front till Fran comes.
No, it's okay. She'll be here in a minute.
Just have to get a crick in my neck, then.
I don't know where she is.
Well, maybe she's dumped us, headed straight for the Wigan gavel.
Oh, I think she was doing something tonight.
Oh, pity. I enjoyed our threesome last Friday. Be fun to do it again.
I'm busy myself tonight.
Me too. Which makes a bit of a change. Here she is now.
Oh, about time too.
Hey, hang on, will ya?
Well, I could have got across there,
I'll
you.
be nipped by that.
Oh, go away, will ya? Look, I'm not going to kill myself, you know. I wish I'd kept my mouth shut now. All I said was life isn't worth living, and it isn't.
I don't want your death on my conscience, all right? You've changed, you have. I don't understand you anymore.
Hard luck. Listen, do you think if I wanted to top myself, you'd be able to stop me?
Do me best.
Oh, yeah. And I suppose slinging an old bottle of aspirin down the bog is your best, is it?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. And what happens when one of us gets an headache, then?
I don't know. Jimmy, it's Friday night. We've got an early start at the boozer. You forget all about this fine with a few ales down your neck. Come on, let's enjoy ourselves.
I don't want to enjoy myself.
Why not? I'm paying. I might even treat you to a Chinese on the way home.
I'll just get the ale in, will ya?
Thanks very much, Mr. Wills. Bye-bye. Max?
Am I too late?
Sure you don't want one of these?
No, you can save it. Have it later for your supper. I'll get the other two to come visit you tomorrow, eh?
Nah, don't bother. Just tell our Tony that when Mad Max Farnham is about to strangle him, and I'm the only person that can save him, I'll remember he didn't come to visit me.
You're a funny lad.
Funny peculiar, or funny ha-ha.
Just funny. Why do you get into so much trouble?
I don't do it on purpose. It just happened.
I just don't want you ended up in court or something.
I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Who else is going to worry about you if I don't?
Well, don't worry too much, then.
I'd feel better if you weren't mixing with that drug pusher.
I'm not mixing with him.
Oh, yeah, and what was that race about, then?
Mum, he winds me up. I can't stand him. I mean, I just wanted to get one over on him, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Did he end up in hospital, same as you?
No.
Well, then, Mike, can you leave it alone now? I mean, haven't you done enough damage?
Maybe, yeah.
OK. Well, I better get back now. I'll come in tomorrow, all right?
Bye now.
But why are you here, Max? Why the dramatic entrance?
Because I love you.
And?
And Geoffrey Fletcher's offered me a job in his family firm.
But what about...
No, let me finish. Please, I had Geoffrey round to the house. I did as you said. I sold myself to him. And it wasn't the old boys network or anything like that. I think you might have been very proud of me. I proved to him that I was too good an opportunity to turn down. And well, he wants me on the team. I've done it. I'm back in work.
It's great news.
Yeah. Well, I can hardly believe it myself. I start Monday. Look, I know I haven't been pulling my weight, and I'm really sorry, but I want you to know it won't happen again. Everything's going to be fine. Max Farnham's back.
There's things we have to discuss.
I know.
My future.
But I know you've been carrying me. But look, I want you to go back into that office and tell them that you don't want the job. I want you to tell them that you've changed your mind.
Who said I took the job, Max?
Well, that's why you're here, isn't it?
Is it? Thought I was here to make a decision about the job.
Well, I thought we decided.
I changed my mind. I turned them down, Max.
Why?
Couldn't do it. I couldn't drag you all down here. No matter how good it might have been for my career, no matter how right it felt in my head. I knew in my heart you wouldn't be happy. Couldn't do that to you. And Thomas, he might have ended up with a Cockney accent.
You turned them down for us. What did I do to deserve a wife like you?
I don't know. What did you do?
I love you so much.
You know how it goes. The other job was meant to be purely secretarial, but I'd do other things above my station and get noticed and...
Yeah, and before you knew it, you'd be doing both jobs, but only getting paid for the lowly one.
Exactly. And that's why I moved on and ended up in our place. Thanks for the lift.
Okie dokie.
I'll see you.
Yeah. Which one's yours, by the way?
Sorry?
Which house?
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but, none of them are.
Oh?
I live on the close, a bit further round.
And you always like to walk the last 300 yards home?
No. I just don't think it'd be a good idea if you dropped me off right outside.
We didn't bother Fran when we dropped her off. Don't you like to be seen taking lifts off strange men?
Something like that.
Oh, come on. We can't live in constant fear of twitching neck curtains. Let me take you to your house.
No, honestly, it's all right. You don't think I'm stupid, do you?
Of course not. It would have been nice to have met Terry, though.
Maybe some other time.
Got to admit, some view.
It's for sightseeing, not for life.
I suppose so.
Well, it wouldn't have suited us. Could have been swallowed up.
I'd like to think I could have coped.
No, it just isn't us.
What if we'd had to?
You know, I knew in there that you'd turn that job down.
How could you be so sure?
Well, because our lives together are so important.
It was because of our lives that I almost took the job in the first place.
I know.
It wasn't an easy decision to make either way.
But you made the right decision, didn't you? Regardless of my work situation.
Just hope I don't live to regret it.
Oh, no. You're good at what you do. It'll happen for you again, back home.
What if things had been different?
Oh, they're not.
But what if I'd said yes? What if you hadn't got your job?
We'd have worked it out somehow.
Would you have followed me down here?
Well, it's difficult to say what I would have done, but the important thing is we've survived.
But would you have come?
I've tried to.
Just as well it worked out the way it did then, isn't it?
Somebody up there likes me. There's no reason to say we can't enjoy ourselves while we're here. Look, why don't we book a hotel for tonight? Margaret won't mind looking after Thomas.
Okay, fine. Actually, I think I might give her a ring now. Check everything's okay.
Okay, great. I'll fix us somewhere to eat. What do you fancy?
Anything you choose. Hello, John Will's office, please. Hello, Mr. Wills. It's Patricia Farnham. Oh, right, John. Look, I'm really sorry to bother you. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm going to have to turn the job down. I know I said yes this afternoon, but I'm sorry, but things have changed. Unfortunately, quite a lot can change in an hour and a half. No, it really wouldn't be fair to you. The answer's definitely no. It's not going to change again. That's very kind of you, but I don't think I'm going to be back down here for quite some time. Yeah, I'm sorry too. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Well, some Friday night this is.
I'm very sorry.
7:15 and I'm on my way home already.
We'll go back to the pub then.
Oh, well, it's not much fun on your own, is it?
Look, I'm not in the mood, OK? This week's just been one disaster after another.
I'm sorry I offered to take you out in the first place.
So, man.
Oh, well, that's very nice, isn't it, It's very nice, isn't it? You go out with someone, you'd expect a nice, quiet night. Jimmy, what are you doing? Put that back, you divvy.
I'm looking after number one, mate. See how easy it is?
Jimmy! Jimmy!
I'll see you.
Well, it's a nice night for her.
What do you want?
Whatever I can get.
Most people knock.
I'm not most people, though, am I? I'm here out the goodness of my heart, protecting my mate's property and everything that's in it.
If it's Terry you're after, he's not here.
I know. He's out with Danny, your son.
So what do you want?
Like I said, just keeping an eye on things.
Well, the house hasn't burnt down, so... What are you doing, Barry?
Listen, Sue, if you needed a lift home, you should have come and seen me. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
Is it one of the bosses in work, is it?
You're just too clever for me, you know. I think I better go in and leave you to...
I saw you in the car earlier, having a nice little chat.
I got a lift off somebody, so what?
Seems to be getting on very well.
Have you been following me?
Do you know, I almost felt jealous.
I got a lift home from a lawyer in work, a fellow called Graham. Not that it's anything to do with you.
How come you stopped so far away from the house, then?
No reason.
Except the obvious one.
Actually, it was because of people with twisted minds like yours. Now, if you finished...
No, I haven't finished. I haven't even started.
Can I go back into my house, please?
You doing the dirty on Terry again?
If you say so, yeah.
Giving it to some lawyer.
You don't know what you're talking about.
What's up, Sue? Is my mate got enough in bed for you or something?
better ask your best mate that. He hasn't slept with me in weeks.
If you were lonely, you should have come and seen me, shouldn't you?
You're the last person I'd come to.
So you're giving it to some lawyer?
No.
Listen, Sue, why did you have to go looking for it and work? When the answer to your dreams was so close to home.
What is it with you? Being the landlord of a few lousy shops doesn't make you some kind of JR, you know.
Doesn't it?
And Fran reckon I should make a play for you.
Maybe Fran's got it right.
Not this time.
Can't you see that you and Terry are finished?
How the hell do you know what me and Terry are?
You're the worst thing that ever happened to him.
I don't have to listen to this.
Yes, you do. How about me and you, sir?
You'll never come between me and Terry.
Couples decide whether they're meant for each other by trying out another mate in Change of Heart, next on Living.
Have you seen the motor keys anywhere?
Hello.
Anything else for me?
What else would there be?
Well, you never know. What I said last week still stands.
I suggest we both try to forget last week. Terry and me are fine.
Don't you like being kissed?
Why you?
Just wanted to know if it can be a service. No things with you and Terry aren't.
Terry and me are fine.
Sound. Just as long as you know if there's anything you need, you know?
Yeah, well, there isn't. Except for me to get off to work.
I'll be seeing you then, eh?
I'll pick some decent bits of fruit out to take to the Aussies tonight for our Mike.
I wasn't sure you meant to throw this away.
No point in keeping it. Not much use for the stock list for the shop you don't have.
You don't know that, not for sure. When you haven't even been round to ask what's happening to the shops.
No one to ask, is there? Whole development's boarded up, locked up. I'm up the well-known creek with no paddle.
Until you've seen somebody, seen if you can't hold them to the deal you had with Mr. Smith for having one of the shops rent-free for 6 months, as he agreed. I don't see how you can be so sure on.
Not with my luck. I can be sure, all right.
You're just down with all the worrying about Mike. But now we know he hasn't gone to any permanent mischief with that stupid car racing. Well,
Now we can start worrying about what stupid mischief he'll get up to next. It's probably just as well we never got that shop. Judging by the amount of time it takes keeping our three out of bother.
oh, hi.
Is Ron in?
Yeah, come in.
Ta.
Ron, it's Barry.
All right, Barry, lad. Oh, no, sorry, you won't be, will you? All right, I mean, won't be any shop fitting for your dad. There's no shops, eh?
Well, I won't be shop fitting for Monza, that's for sure.
Why is somebody else taking them over?
See, I said they wouldn't just abandon them. Now you can go and see whoever it is.
Here, maybe I can do the same deal I had with Ponytail Smith.
I don't think so, Ron.
You make it sound like it's up to you.
It is. See, they've given me the shops in lieu of the money they owe me for the shop fitting.
What, you own the shops? Oh, nice one, Baz. Hey, and I know, like, with you being a man of your word and all that, you wouldn't go back on that deal I had with Smith, would you?
Well, that was Smith's word, wasn't it, Ron? Not mine. And that's one of the reasons why they went bust, promising stupid deals. But your little unit's still there and at a fair price. I mean, the other tenants are banging the door to get in.
You got 10 of the other units, then?
Well, they haven't all signed on a dotted yet, like, but I just thought I'd see how you fixed.
Sorry, Barry. Thanks, but no thanks and all that. Spirit's willing, but the wallet's weak. The only way I'm mad a man is that as if I could have had a couple of months rent-free while I got the business going, you know. Not to be, though, eh?
Well, if you change your mind...
Oh, yeah. If the Moby turns into a pumpkin, or Dee Dee turns out to have £500,000 she hasn't told me about.
Anyway, look, I'll see myself out, all right?
Yeah, thanks, Baz.
Yeah, see ya.
Well, there was no point in arguing, was there?
That's my Ron. If at first you don't succeed, give up.
Here we go.
Now you're doing your battered husband routine.
Only because you're going to do your tongue-bashing routine.
You mean where I point out if things don't fall into your lap, you lose interest?
Well, it seems sensible enough to me, Dee. Talk about you wouldn't let it lie.
Listen to it. And how many years have you thanked me for not letting you give up on things?
All right, all right. Only this time there is nothing I can do.
Oh, I see. Your mind's made up, is it? Nobody would call you pig-headed or anything, Ron Dixon. I mean, just because you put up a stupid wall between the Farnhams and us that you won't take down, that makes you sick to look at.
All right, Dee. You're not going to go through all that again, are you? Such a thing as kicking a man when he's down, you know.
Oh, yeah, and I meant to say, if you see Charlie, and if it comes up, Marie'll be seeing me Wednesday night, all right?
Hey, hang about. I thought I said no more covering up for her and a fancy man.
Well, it's not my fault. Maria told Charlie before she asked me, so it's no use going on at me. And yes, I've told her this definitely is the last time.
Yeah, well, as long as it is.
I know. Oh, Ron, isn't it worth thinking again about the shops if they're going ahead?
And you call me pig-headed? When you can't seem to get it through yours that there isn't going to be any shops, Dee. Not for us, anyway.
You know what you need, don't you?
A knight in shining armour to this lot down the market, Press.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to give that up. It can be hazardous to your health, you know, too much manual labour.
Yeah, tell me about it.
No, what you need is a shop, and I could be just the man to help you.
Yeah, you look the sort who knows a man who knows a man.
No, no, no. I am the man. I've just taken over the shops round the back, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, the firm's building them went bust.
Yeah, well, it's an ill wind, isn't it? So, can I put your name down? Hurry while stocks last.
You gotta be joking. Sort of rent you'd be asking for him.
I just thought I'd give you the chance, you know.
Mind you, there's plenty of room in front of the shops in there. Might rent a stall off you.
Yeah, reckon that'd be dead sound. Ready-made custom in front of the shops in there.
Near owning the market.
Oh, behave yourself. The shop tenants aren't going to want a market stall outside, are they?
But you haven't got any tenants.
Yeah, but I will have, won't I, as soon as details are finalised?
Well, I hope they're finalised soon for your sake.
Yep. Jose and me were only saying the other day, somebody better get in there quick before the vandals get at it.
We take you up on it, but we're not in that sort of league.
Yeah, well, if you change your mind, girls.
Yeah, and if you change your mind, well, let us have the store space in front. But only once you've managed to rent them out, mind. It's no good to us having a stall outside a row of derelict shops.
Yeah, all right, Jose. Ta-ra.
It'd be brilliant, though, wouldn't it, if we could afford a shop?
Oh, well, are we back on Fantasy Island again, are we? Thought it was only last week you were saying we had to be practical.
Yeah, well, you know me and practical. I keep trying to put lead in my boots before I know where I am. I keep floating off the ground again. My dad reckoned if they had A-level dreaming, I'd have passed hands down.
Yeah, well, I reckon he was right. But we're being practical this week, remember?
Yeah. There's nothing to say we can have a proper shop sometime, and then maybe even a couple. If we can make a go of the market without relying on cheap knock-off from Jimmy Corkill. All right. If we don't get a move on, we'll be able to afford the stall money, let alone my high street chain.
Now, that's a practical thought.
I know. Hey, if I can manage another, they might breed. I might end up dead sensible. I wouldn't put money on it. Neither would I.
Morning.
Oh, hello, Graham.
Just passing. Thought you might like a lift.
Oh, well, you really shouldn't have gone out your way like this, you know. Sure, it must be quicker for you to go straight down the A57.
I try to vary it sometimes, that's all. Gets a bit tiresome flogging down the same old route every day. Jump in.
You haven't been waiting for me, have you?
No. Well, not really. I knew there was a bus at 10 to. It just suddenly occurred to me that you might be making your way to be on it. Your husband, Terry, he doesn't ever drive you to work then?
No. Well, sometimes. It depends what shift he's working on. He often drops Danny off at his dad's for me when he can.
He wouldn't mind, would he, Terry? Me giving you a lift or...
No. Why should he?
I just wondered. You wanting me to drop you at the end of the street last week? No. Well, it seems silly, doesn't it? If I'm passing. Not to pick you up, I mean. Work colleagues and all that. He wouldn't take exception to that, would he? Anyway, it's nice to have company, isn't it?
Thought I heard you come in. Every night, or have you been out on the rob on your own this week? Oh, what have you done?
Took an hour longer than it needed.
Yeah, well, if you can't trust the copper to stick to the speed limit...
Yeah, well, I could have walked it quicker.
Look at
the state of this place.
I was going to have a tidy round for you, but I just couldn't find the energy.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, love. You're a good girl.
She's lost the love of her life, Cyril Dixon.
Not surprised in all this lot.
You're not joking. Has anyone looked under the iron? Yeah, well, don't blame me. Most of it's Tomo's mess, and I'm not going to clear up after him.
You said it's just spontaneously combusted or something?
Well, it's a shame Tomo didn't, isn't it?
Hey, I didn't think you were serious about this Cyril fella, Nan.
We have an understanding, that's all. At least I thought we had.
Anyway, how was sunny Basingstoke? Did your dad and Sheila give Princess Diana the royal seal of approval then?
Oh, why, yeah. They thought she was great, like, you know. She liked them as well.
I don't suppose he said anything about coming back up here, your dad and Sheila.
Oh, they've got no intentions of doing that. They're dead settled. God, you should see the size of Claire now. Sheila said the school's great as well, didn't she?
Yeah, and my dad's well suited with the work and everything down there, you know.
Funny, isn't it? People come in and out of your life. You think somebody's a permanent fixture and then poof.
Yeah, well, life goes on, eh, now? I keep telling her it's 10 to 1 that Cyril won't have gone very far anyway.
But I've explored every avenue I can think of.
In broad daylight, you would have the cheek.
They've taken the plants and trellis as well, I see.
Told Max.
And who or what is the park?
It's a gang of kids off the estate, I think. Don't you remember Tawny and his lot were trying to outdo him at the bonfire?
Oh, God, don't remind me.
So, how was it then? The new job?
How's the old one?
You know, Alex is still his sweet self, and rumours about where I came back range from I couldn't hack it in London to a brief encounter with an accounts exec.
Male or female?
Work out your own fantasies, you. No, really, how was it? Or can I take it from your mood that it was okay?
Well, okay's about it, really. Nothing about the job I shouldn't be able to handle. I don't think Jeffrey's quite worked out how to handle me yet. You know, friend or boss, but okay's about it.
Do you want me to make a start on scrubbing this off then, or what?
Don't know. How can you deface something that's already an eyesore?
Well, it's just that once it starts, you might end up getting all sorts written on it.
The only way to make really sure is if some man with more sense than silly male pride were grown up enough to tear the whole damn thing down.
Agreed. But I think the man you're talking about lives next door.
It's ludicrous. He hates the stupid thing as much as I do.
Dee Dee says Ron's the same. He knows he's made his point with the wall and it should come down, but...
He won't make the first move. He won't. Show me a man who's not pig-headed.
So, did you meet any gorgeous fellas while you were in Basingstoke? No. Something better than that, actually. Got myself a job on a cruise ship. What? Yeah, I leave next week. But one of their stylists got pregnant and they needed someone quick. My dad saw the advertisement in their local rag and I just thought, why not? I need a break from round here anyway. But you've got a job here? Yeah, I know, but I just started to feel like I was going round in circles, you know. I can save most of what I earn on the cruise anyway, and just imagine what I'll get in tips, Nick. I'll be able to rent a proper place when I get back here. God, you're a jolly little cow, you. Hey, Julie, have you heard this? She's only got herself a cruise job, hasn't she?
Oh, very nice, love. I'm very happy for you. They all leave you in the end.
Should be great, though. Faraway places and all that.
Hey, you never know. I might have even been swept away to an exotic place myself when you get back. Did you get on blind date? No, there was millions at the audition. But I'm going to try and get on that Love at First Sight, which is on Sky instead.
Talking about faraway places, what? I was wondering, you couldn't run me to Morecambe, could you?
What, you mean now?
No, not now. And I can't go tomorrow. But Wednesday, you could run me on Wednesday.
Sorry, Nan. Back at work tomorrow, you know.
But it's important. I mean, I wouldn't ask if I didn't have a good reason.
Oh, yeah, like what?
Just something that struck me, that's all. Oh, hey? You could run your Nan, couldn't you, Tracy, eh?
Oh, Nan, I would if I could, but, well, I've only got a week to get myself sorted and I've got to tell my clients I'm going, haven't I? Hey, I could keep some of you real regulars going and just do Saturdays and that if you like. Oh, Nikki, that'd be great if you could. God, it'd be great, that won't it? Me trolling around the same old jumps while you'd be going to... Where you going anyway, Trees? You wouldn't like it. No, honest to God, you'd hate it, Nick.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me cruising around the Caribbean this time of the year.
Oh, you liar! Well, as Rod said, it's dead common. Oh, yeah, but I'm dead common, aren't I?
Oh, hello. Could you give me the times of the trains, please? Oh, yes. To Morecambe. Thanks.
You still here? Cat spoiled twice.
Yeah, still here. Same old me. Same old Moby. Do you think I took my redundancy for this?
It was voluntary redundancy.
Oh, yeah. You mean like volunteering to be hung, like, rather than be shot? I was for the bullet anyway, wasn't I? It's Hobson's choice. Like having that shop snatched from under me.
Well, try snatching something back for a change.
You're right, Margaret. What can I do you for, love?
Oh, nothing really. Oh, have you got any of those metal scourer things?
Sorry, Mags. Not without Dee Dee's got one in the house you can have.
Oh, it don't matter anyway. That's not really what I came for. Have you got Derek's phone number?
Yeah.
It was just something I said I'd let him know about, you know, about the youth club.
Right then, come on. I'll get the Presbytery number for you. Mind you, you might have to fight your way past the housekeeper. She guards him with her life in case girls like you lead him astray. Oh, see, you got done as well on your side. Max and Pat must have been dead chuffed. He went mad. But would he come down off his high horse and take the stupid fence down? Nay. Are they all the same or what?
Sinbad? Sinbad? I wish you wouldn't do that.
Anyone would think you had a guilty conscience. Mind you, it would have been bright if I was the busies, wouldn't it, eh? You'd have me banged to rights. Harbouring the robber as well as the goods. Mind you, they'd take one look at this little innocent face and know I had nothing to do with it, wouldn't they?
I told you, we got clean away. There's no way they're going to come looking here.
Who's this we, then?
A mate, all right.
Oh, yeah. Or some unsuspecting accomplice like I was last week when you pulled that little caper with the briefcase in the car.
That was different.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. I didn't even know I was going to do that myself. That's what you call an opportunist crime.
That's what you call stupid. And according to you, it was supposed to be a one-off while the balance of your mind was disturbed and all that. Only you've gone from stupid to completely had the ball.
Have I? Well, I got to thinking, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, thinking, yeah. What are you thinking of doing next? An armed robbery? Murder? Or are you just going to go and invade Kuwait or something and have done with it?
I got to thinking that if I go down, it might as well be for a decent job. And it reminded me, I haven't lost my touch.
No, just your marbles. I mean, come on, this isn't our style, is it?
Look, it's my style from now on. Listen, twice I've played, and twice I've won. My luck's changed. I've started coming out with something to show. And you know what? There's more. Loads more. And it's all out there just waiting for the taking.
Yeah, but it just happens to belong to somebody else.
Yeah. And it just so happens that I'm sick to death of waiting for them to share it with me. So I'm just taking it off them, aren't I?
Yeah, well, leave me out of it.
Okay. Please yourself. But I'll tell you, it's like taking candy off a baby. And there's no way I'm stopping. Not now I've got a taste for it.
Oh, sorry to miss short notice. Oh. Anyway, the party starts at 3:30. Just a few Gemma's mates and Auntie Lou and that.
Don't mention Lou's.
Sorry. So you and Danny will come then?
Well, it's not that we wouldn't like to come. Danny doesn't get to many birthday parties. It's just, well, I'll be at work and Terry's dad will be minding Danny, so...
Well, look, leave him with me on your way to work.
Are you sure? I mean, you'll be getting the party ready.
No problem.
Hi, sorry for busting in. Just so soon.
No, it's all sorted then. You just leave him with me when you go to work. We'll get the party ready.
OK, fine.
Ta-ra.
Thanks. Bye. Gemma's birthday party Wednesday. Look, do you want to come in? I'm dying for...
No, it won't. It won't take a sec. It's just that, well, Barry Grant mentioned something about owning the new shops, and I thought, well, as he's always round here...
Yeah, they're his, all right. Got him to get someone from the office to look over the contract for him. Listen, do you want to...
No, it won't come in. You won't tell Ron that I mentioned it, will you?
No.
Oh, OK.
Look, I've got to...
Yeah, no, go in. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Bye.
Hello, can I speak to Father O'Farrell, please? It's a personal matter. Hiya, Derek. It's Margaret. Brookside Margaret, yeah. Look, I need to see you. Well, I can't really talk about it now. I've had to sneak out to ring you. I got your number off Dee Dee. I said it was something to do with the youth club or something. Look, I wanted to know if you could come and see me. No, not tonight. Tomorrow when Max and Patricia are at work. Okay. Look, don't tell anybody about it, okay? Fine. See you then.
Couples decide whether they're meant for each other by trying out another mate in Change of Heart, next on Living.
The one that got away.
Oh, cheers. Party preparations.
I wish I was going to a party instead of going back to work this afternoon.
You having a party, Tom-Toms? Hey. Yeah. You inviting all your mates?
Yeah. Oh, he would do, but it's not his party, is it? It's Gemma's. Instead of blow these up for Josie, I'm not half out of puff.
Oh, well, there's your man if you're looking for hot air.
Oh, thanks very much.
Oh, did you get through the other day to our Derek? You know, you asked for his number the other day.
Oh, yeah, it was something nothing, you know.
I didn't think you're after his body.
How's your Mike, anyway? Any better?
Oh, yeah, they're resting him just to make sure. He hasn't got permanent kidney damage or anything. I just hope they've cured him of any more bright ideas for car racing. Anyway, I'm telling you asked. Hey, you haven't finished them yet?
You're all right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to go and have a word with Barry Grant.
Hiya. Hiya. I knocked at the front. I knew you'd be out here sunning yourself.
Gemma's party.
My mum said you knocked it out last night while I was at work.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to see if you were all right. Only your Katie was saying.
No way. She hasn't been going round again, has she?
No, only to me. And only because she was worried about you after you and Tim. I was going to come round earlier, but I didn't really know what to say, and I didn't want to make things worse.
You mean they can get worse? No, I'm glad you didn't, really. I just needed some time by myself, you know, to wallow in it, cry it all out of my system. And I didn't need another person looking at me with a "I told you so" look on the face.
Mum and Dad been getting on at you?
No, they've been great. But I think my dad was expecting his little Sammy back, and I'm never going to be that again, am I? I should be grateful for Tim, really. I mean, no one's ever going to hurt me like he did. Never again.
You seem different. They're wise and that.
Well, like they say, live and learn.
Hey, listen, do you fancy coming out to me and you will have a laugh?
Yeah, great, but it can't be this week, though, because I'm working late.
OK, yeah, well, whenever. We'll arrange it, eh?
Yeah.
Have a few drinks.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, it's not going to kill you having a few drinks.
Oh, why not, then?
Yeah.
Do you want a hand?
Do I ever? We'll have a good laugh, eh? You can give me the benefit of this worldly wisdom of yours.
Oh, well, rule one's dead simple. Never go out with an older man.
Right, I'm off to town now.
Hang on a minute, hang on.
Oh, and don't pay Sinbad until he's finished, eh?
Yeah, don't you go forgetting to have a word with that mate of yours.
If you mean Maria, I had a word this morning.
I'll have another word this afternoon. If she's telling lies to Charlie while she nips off with her fancy fella, that's her business. But she's not involving you or me.
She knows. I've got a cover for her tonight. Well, she'd already told Charlie she was seeing me, but after tonight she knows that's it.
I thought I said no more. And hey, what's them magazines again? You know the ones our Mike wants to take in the Aussie?
I thought he said not to spoil him, seeing how he'd brought it on himself.
Dear, I can't go in the Aussie empty-handed, can I? And if I take him any more bananas, he's going to be swinging off the lights.
Q and...
Hang on, I better write him down.
Q and... I've got to miss Barry Grant, Ron.
I'll be going to myself in a minute.
I know, but you might be going right into town.
Go on, what were they? Q, Uptown, what was the other one?
Q and,
Yeah, he's really off his head, you know.
You don't surprise me there, Sinbad.
No, but I mean, even for Jimmy and that, he's acting well strange.
Well, he never has been a full chillin', has he?
Hey, do you think I should go and have a word with Billy, or what?
What about?
Well, you know, just about the way he's behaving and that.
Well, why ask me?
Well, you are sort of family and that, aren't you?
Look, if you bother Billy about this, you're bothering me, ma'am, right? And the reason he moved down here in the first place was to get away from that head-to-ball Jimmy, wasn't he? So, do me a favour, don't bother me, ma'am. I don't want to worry, all right?
Yeah, but the thing is...
Had you lift into town, can I?
Well, I'm not really going into town, love.
Well, it's all right, the bus stop will do.
Well, isn't Ron going into town, like?
Yeah, but it's you I want to talk to. I've been talking to him, it's like talking to a brick wall. I want to talk to you about the shops.
Hey, them ones round the back? They're all boarded up, not though, aren't they? It's a pity that, you know, I was going to ask them about the contract for the windows.
So?
Yeah, all right, come on, get in.
Just my luck, eh? Going after the contract for shops that aren't even going to happen.
Yeah, but they are going to happen, Sinbad.
It's not what I heard.
Well, you've been talking to the wrong people then, haven't you?
Well, if you know the right people, you could put a word in for us, couldn't you?
You're talking to the right people now, but you're wasting your breath.
Oh, don't tell me they belong to you.
He is, and they do. Can we get a move on before Ron catches us up?
Well, yeah, if you're the right people, then how about it? Come on, I mean, I'll give you the fair rate and that.
Look, the cleaning of the windows will be up to the individual tenants, all right?
Well, you see the individual tenants and you take them off, eh?
Well, it's still up for negotiation, yeah.
It's because you don't know who they are, isn't it?
It's because the details haven't been finalised, all right, Sinbad?
Yeah, but all right, but when they are.
Can we get going now?
Well, what about Jimmy and that, that?
Oh, sorry. Can I help you? Well...
Yes! Having a party, eh?
Yeah, it is. So,
Oh, well, don't worry. I'll sort myself out.
Hey, I hope your mixed better with an icing bag than is with felt tips.
you're not kidding. He hasn't shown me his cake yet, you know?
They're very sensitive about the masterpieces these artists, aren't they?
Flaming Well Hope is a masterpiece. Been going on to Gemma for days about how great this cake of his going to be.
I've got no more paper left. There's loads of presses left, but there's no wrapping.
That'll be enough, wouldn't it?
Oh, you're joking, aren't you? We'll have a rat on our hands if you don't all win something.
Well, I've only got today's paper left and make us read that, yeah?
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. I'll nip and get some from next door. Just keep an eye on our tent for me.
All right.
Tent?
Thomas.
Ta-da! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, and honoured guests, well, come on then. Get over there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and honoured guests.
All right, get on with it.
All right. You can't rush it. You got to take your time with these things. Right, here we go.
Yoo-hoo! It's Auntie Lou. Hope I'm not late for some jelly.
All right,
Just in time for the unveiling, Auntie Lou. Really? Come on, Mick, get on with it now.
That's not that big a deal.
Well, it better be. He's been long enough in the kitchen with her.
Right then. How about that?
Oh, what a lovely cake.
How come I can't find a fella that can ice like that? How come I can't find a fella?
Yeah, that's sound, isn't it?
It's all right, isn't it? Look at this, James. Look at this. Look what Daddy's done. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, well, nothing's too good for my princess, eh? And you know what? I think there's some more presents for the birthday girl. Go see what Auntie Lou's got.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
I'll open this one for you.
Leo.
No, Leo.
All right. Hey, look at this!
I'm sorry.
I didn't know you'd done a cake. I thought with you both working that, you know, you wouldn't have time.
Ah, it's no sweat, Auntie Lou. I mean, 2 cakes are better than 1.
Let's find you a drink,
Oh,
Auntie
I'm
Lou.
glad there's no hard feelings.
All right, love.
Oh, I feel terrible about that, Josie.
Aye, son.
Yours is best road, Dad. I love it's just kid stuff.
Ah, thanks, mate. You won't play, eh?
Yeah, right. It's a good kid, that, innit? Must be nice having family around you, mate, someone to support you. All I've got is Jimmy Corkhill. And he's acting dafter than a kipper on crack.
Yeah, well, I better get this inside, mate.
Straight up, you know, mate. It's like he's got a death wish or something. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Dad, why can't we swim? Zoe Smith says blacks can't swim.
Well, not that old one about our bones being too heavy. No, son, that's just something people say when they don't know any better.
Come on. I want to go for a paddle.
Come on.
No, you can't. You've got to hold my hand in the pool. Come
And
on.
you can swim. As soon as your dad gets around to teaching you.
That same old nonsense, eh?
Yeah, this time we took him down the bar, so I started teaching him, Mick.
Well, I can't, can I?
Why not?
Well, you know the boat is too heavy. Go sink to the bottom.
Anyway, I better be shifting, otherwise he'll be coming past.
Listen, I'm still not sure he doesn't know you're talking to me about this.
You know Ron, well enough to know that he wouldn't have his wife bargaining for him. Well, not knowingly, anyway.
So why isn't them that's doing it, like? I mean, do you want the shop more than he does?
I might want the shop, it's Ron that needs it. And he set his heart on that shop, and he might not show it to you, but now he thinks he can't have it. His heart's in his boots.
So I get to do him this really big favour, like?
It's not as if you wouldn't be doing one for yourself as well, is it?
Less chance of the units getting vandalised, yeah, you said. Bit of an expensive deterrent, though, isn't it, giving your husband the shop rent-free for a while?
Not such an expensive attraction, though, is it? I mean, one tenant attracts others. Nobody wants to be first, the only one in a row of shops. And if you can say there's already somebody there, I think it's called having a key tenant, isn't it? Look, I've got it all written down so you can see what you stand to gain. Have a think about it.
Oh, yeah, great. 101 reasons why I should give your fella the shop rent-free for 6 months.
No, just 3. I didn't think you'd go for 6. Got to be realistic in business, haven't you? No, 3 months will set us on our feet, and it'll be worth your while, by way of us tempting other tenants in.
Well, I'll think about it, all right.
Yeah, you do that. Ron wants that shop for us all, for his family, something we can all do together. It's not easy. And maybe he's right. Maybe it's the only way of keeping a family together these days.
Like I said, I'll think about it, OK?
Margaret?
What are you doing here? Your mail's too early.
I'm just checking it's still on for tonight.
Yeah, I told Patricia I'd be out seeing a friend.
Oh, and I managed to borrow some transport.
Oh, good.
But if we get caught, young lady, I must warn you that I'll plead that it was you who led me astray. Tonight, then?
Yeah.
Right. See you then.
Bye.
Julia, I can't recall my sister ever mentioning you.
No, well, it's really Cyril I know from way back. And I don't come to Morecambe often, but when I heard that Cyril had lost his wife, I thought, well, if I could trace him, I could pass on my condolences.
I'm sure he'd be glad to have them.
I knew he'd be devastated after all the years him and your sister had been married. So, if you know where I can find
All the
him...
years? But they were only married for 5. Are you sure it's the same Cyril Dixon?
Only 5 years? Oh, I mean, what I mean, like, it seemed like they'd been together longer.
Oh, yes, well, I know what you mean. Mabel, I'd say to her, you've got yourself a living saint in that Cyril. Thoughtful, honest.
Anyway, if you could just say where I might find him.
I know where you'll find him, all right. Do you know Wolverhampton at all?
Wolverhampton?
You know, at his sister's.
Oh, I didn't know he had a sister.
Oh, well, he very nearly hasn't had once or twice. Poor woman's been at death's door more times. Oh, not that Mabel or I ever met her. Only Cyril always had to spend a lot of time away, looking after her. A living saint. Anyway, Wolverhampton's where you'll find him. Oh, hang on, I'll give you the address, and then you could always drop him a line, even if you couldn't get to see him.
Oh, I think I might try and make the effort.
kids disappear when you show them a bag of ironing.
It's your own fault. I've told you, you spoilt them.
Spot you as well.
You both have. Spoilt them rotten when you think what we had to do as kids. Remember, it was only chores and that, but we took it for granted we had to do it just to help out.
And we hated her.
Didn't do us any harm, though, did it? Hey, being given responsibilities. So that ward sister reckon I'll make you be out of Aussie by the end of the week?
Oh, yeah, she couldn't see any point in keeping him in. Now that he's stopped passing blood and things. You know, you're right. That'd be one thing about the shop, wouldn't it? I mean, with the kids helping, there'd be less time for them to be messing about.
Has somebody recorded over that tape I had of the film?
Probably. It's been more difficult these days to keep track of your kids. I was saying that to Barry Grant this morning.
Oh, where are you now? You haven't gone begging to him about them shops, have you? I thought you were keen to get a lift off him.
I don't beg to anyone. We just happen to stop talking about families, that's all.
Good. Because I don't want to go asking Barry Grant or anybody else, for that matter, for any favours. So I don't want you doing it for me.
I didn't beg and I didn't make a show of you or me.
Not that it didn't make any difference. Barry Grant's not going to change his mind, is he? Not Meadowcroft Park. Not over the film. I tell you, Dee Dee, it's about time you got a grip of them kids of yours.
Yes, Ron. Hey, flick that back, will you? Haven't seen Meadowcroft Park this week.
Didn't have much trouble eating it, though, did they?
Ah, it's all right, Jose. I'm man enough to take being out and injured by a turtle on the chin.
Noble chin, I'd always said so.
Oh, God, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's happily married couples flaunting their marital bliss in front of innocent bystanders.
Yeah, you're only jealous. Anyway, I was only trying to stop the chef, yeah. Well, ex-chef from sulking because his cake got his nose pushed out.
No, I'm glad that you had a nice time. Went all right, didn't it?
Yeah, Thomas had a good time. Joseph, can you finish the rest of the washing up?
Yeah, sure. But stop for a drink. Did you just put Thomas to bed for you, Nancy?
Yeah, but it's my night off. I've made arrangements.
Oh, anyone we know?
The birthday girl's fast off, bless her. And I've told Leah we can read, but only for 10 minutes, all right?
Auntie Lou, you're a star. And you make birthday cakes nearly as well as mine.
Oh, I'll never live that down, will I?
I don't know. Give it about 50 years or so.
I can't wait. Anyway, I'm going back in the garden to pick up the rest of the rubbish before I go.
I'll do in the morning. She won't be told. Don't give her a hand, will you, love?
Oh, you mean like stop her hoovering the lawn?
Oh, you always ask yourself afterwards, was it worth it?
Of course it was. Jim had a brilliant time.
Yeah. Bet she'd be a bit flat in the morning after all the excitement.
Yeah, she spent most of the day flat on her belly in that swimming pool, trying to show that Zoe, what's her name, she could swim.
Some kid told her the old one about black people not being able to swim because their bones are too heavy.
You're joking. It's a good job I wasn't there.
Oh, it's nothing to get mad about.
Yeah, otherwise you think all black people had short tempers. Nah. The best way to deal with ignorance is to try and laugh it off the face of the earth.
Yeah, it's not as if anyone with any intelligence believes them anyway. It's like what they say about us all having a natural sense of rhythm.
Except her. Hey, what's another? Our brains are smaller.
Yeah, and what's that one they say about black fellas all having big?
Is this something I said?
I was just laughing about what that kid said about black people not being able to swim.
Yeah, it's all the same with that if you're black stuff. It's all a load of nonsense.
If you say so.
What is it?
Listen, I've got to go.
Thanks again, Mag. Now, you sure you won't stop for a drink?
No, really, thanks. I'm meeting someone.
Ooh, sounds like a heavy date. Ask him if he's got a friend.
See ya.
See you, mate. So what is it about me?
Ron? What? It's Charlie. What's he doing here?
Oh, this should be very interesting, this. You explaining how you're not out with Maria like he thinks.
Ron, he's going to ask me where she is.
Well, just explain that she's out with a fancy man. He'll understand.
Oh, Ron!
Well, you better get up the stairs.
Oh, no, he might see me through the glass.
And we'll get in the kitchen then. You take
Well,
that.
try not to let him in, eh?
All right, Charlie, lad. Didn't expect to see you on a Wednesday.
I just thought since the girls are out, you might fancy an hour down the Legion.
No thanks, mate. I mean, I'm not washed or shaved or changed or nothing, you know.
Oh, go on. Time was we'd nothing to change into. Never kept us in.
Ah, that's true. But I'm not really fancying it, mate. You know, like with our Mike being in the Aussie, you know. Thought I'd stay in just in case the hospital rang, you know.
Hey, he hasn't taken a turn for the worse or anything.
Oh, no, nothing like that, you know. But I just thought perhaps he might ring himself, you know what I mean? And actually, I'd invite you in, mate, but to tell you the truth, I'm cream-crackered. You know, with all the worry of him being in the Aussie and that, and I just thought, well, I'll have an early night, you know, get my head down.
Hey, now, no apologies necessary, mate. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Since the girls are out gallivanting tonight, how's about you and me go out tomorrow night and have a nice quiet pint, eh?
Sound, that'll do me, Charlie. Yeah, great. Listen, I'm sorry about tonight, mate, but, you know, I don't want you taking it the wrong way, like.
You don't feel like company. It's all right by me.
No, but, you know, I mean, I don't want you getting the wrong end of the stick or not.
Come on, if you can't be honest with your mates, who can you be honest with, eh? See you tomorrow night, then,
Yeah.
eh?
Fine, Charlie. Look forward to it.
See ya.
See you, mate.
Sorry, Ron.
We can't keep on meeting like this, you know.
You're telling me? You're having second thoughts, are you?
Why you?
Second, third, fourth.
Do you want to know putting out with these or what?
You're going to bed, Joe, are you?
Well, there's two cures for the way I'm feeling. One's sleep, and since I'm too old to join the Foreign Legion, better be bed, hadn't it?
I hate when you go like this on me.
Oh. Well, if you really want to bring a bit of fun into your life, why don't you try standing on your own front doorstep telling lies to your best mate? Always works for me.
I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Anyway, it's not my fault. It's Maria you should be talking to.
No, dear, you tell her. You tell her I told lies to save your skin, not hers. But next time, well, I just bet I didn't be here next time, that's all.
There won't. Anyway, I hate what she's doing just as much as you do, you know. I just hope it's going to burn itself out before there's any more damage done. Anyway, I'm grateful he didn't put me on the line with Charlie.
Yeah, well.
Oh, hang on. I just want to do a note. There's a film on later.
Nah, bed, eh? I think we both had enough drama for tonight.
Look, you get up there and hold it, and I'll see if I can... This on here. You know, I haven't had so much excitement since old Father Ryan dropped twins in the font.
He didn't, did he?
Oh, but rescued within an inch of the surface. Terrific flying save by the grandmother. I believe the All Blacks made an offer after the service. Right, it's okay. We'll take them to the van as we get them off. You're going to have to help carry them, okay?
Okay.
I hope they don't go too mad when they see it's gone. Max will have to find somewhere new for his trellis.
They both want it down. It's just none of them can step over their manly pride to actually do it.
Yeah. But it did seem like a good idea at the time.
It still is. Especially since removing this stupid territorial symbol make a few bob for the youth club. You know, it's worth a pretty penny, these are, you know.
You don't think it's just going to make things worse between Max and Ron, do you?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we?
Will they go back to their old relationships, or will they let Chris Jagger meddle in their love matters? Stay with us and find out in Change of Heart, next.